drunk. It is Saturday night.
Just
Welcome, adventurers. The story begins.
Bonjour.
Bonjour. Last episode, you guys, with other characters, had taken a quest to go from Neverwinter, a couple days journey, to take provisions to this map we're looking at here. This is Phandelver. Phandelver is a small outskirt mining community, and you guys are going to be incorporated into this new story here, as most of you have died. Jewel, last episode you were stabilized as you went unconscious, stabilized and tucked away safely. You had woken up after a couple hours, being at 1 health point, right? And you stumbled your way out of the cave. You heard like goblins mumbling. You could maybe tell that they sounded like they were in danger. You heard some goblins howling. It was very scary for you to be like creeping out of there with your armor, but do you remember there was a little walkway, not the bridge that went into that goblin room, but I didn't put the map on Phandelver. Yeah, but like there was that like weird walkway that Fat Tony had clambered up. As you were walking by that, all you saw were them tossing goblin bodies through that canyon, just dead goblin bodies. You didn't see any sign of your adventuring party. You didn't hear any sounds, no screams. Just saw just little goblin bodies tumbling down that gorge in the cave. You made it out. You got to the path, and you actually got back to your wagon. You got back to where your guys' provision wagon was at, and that is where you blacked out again. You're already undead, being a reborn, so you don't need sleep, but you more or less faded out of consciousness and had a brief moment where a man was walking by, and he found you. He had just taken the oxen and the cart, and he steered it back to his place.
Sus, but okay.
He's helping you. When you are unconscious, you have a dream, and you're visited by the Red Knight herself. And she seems really upset. You are on a cliffside in this dream. You are on a massive, like, cliff. It's just you and a little cliff ledge face and just massive sky in front of you and horizon. And the Red Knight herself is a gargantuan. Like, she's not standing by you as an equal. She's a gargantuan in this, up to this cliff. And she looks very upset at you. And she basically gives you the sense of that she wants more discipline from you, or more dedication, and says that you shouldn't be worried about good and evil. Good and evil may be a matter of perception, but it will forever be a calling for violence. Use this duality, use this black and white opportunity to fight the evil of Faerun and hone in your skills. Grow your power by challenging all evil in the area. If you survive these challenges of facing evil, you'll be ready to come to the next plane, and that's where you can serve in my army. And then the dream ends by her like lifting her hand up, and she's holding this like goblin in her hand because she's so gargantuan, and she's holding this goblin in her hand, and she just like eats it. and you wake up with this just absolute fire to go destroy that goblin cave that you came from. And the man sitting at the table, he startles as you burst up awake. And we're not going to do a lot of role play here just because we can get back to these people to do role play and all that. But he says that, and I hope you're taking notes too, because this guy, all these people that I'll be introducing here are important. His name is Darren, D-A-R-A-N.
Mm-hmm.
Edermath, E-D-E-R math, Edermath, Darren Edermath. And by the looks of it, he looks very strong, very like maybe a former soldier of some kind. He's got chainmail hanging up in places, and but from the looks of it, he's an apple farmer. You can see out the window in his living room where you're like laying on a pallet. You can see out the door that there's a bunch of apple trees and orchards laying around. And he says, "It seems like you have a job to do. I'm not going to stand in your way, but when you accomplish what you're going after, it'd be nice if you came back and talked to me. I've got your provisions here. I noticed the seal of the Bartons Provisions. I noticed the Barton Outpost seal, and I had the oxen deliver your cart and notified them that you were on my you were at my cottage. But I strongly suggest you take care of what you have to do. My name is Darren."
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he also lets you know that when he dropped stuff off at Bartons or whatever, Bartons Provisions, he mentioned, he said to them, the cart, and it was just you, bloody wounded, or not bloody, but very damaged in the cart, and they looked very concerned, and they want you to, if you're up to it, assemble in the town square and assemble anybody that wants to go out to Cragmaw Cave and end it. So if you want your revenge, to just go to the town hall and be this leading figure to march back to Cragmaw Cave.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm guessing that's how I will meet those with a
Yep. And this is where
fire in their bellies.
People looking to get back, or people just looking to try out new shit. But you had a full rest, so you can take full HP and your spell slots back, etc. Now we're going to shift over to, is it Corsae?
Core. Side.
Corsae. Is it just Core, or do you go by Corsae?
Core.
Core, you
Side
are...
if you get to know me.
Oh, okay. That's good. Core, you are in an apple tree. An apple orchard. You very briefly talked to Darren Edermath. You know him as a very lawful good man. He told you guys had some time to walk together on a different day. And he mentioned about how he was part of a holy order in another life. And he still will rise to the occasion if it's necessary. But as a humble apple orchard farmer, and you can go into your character, but he said it would be totally fine if you wanted to have a couple apples for yourself, as long as you picked like a basket to bring in for him. So it kind of picks up with you in his apple orchard, in Darren's apple orchard, and you see this woman in armor and very determined look march out of the house. there's any intrigue you can follow.
Well, Core is interested, but I mean, he's also got these apples that he's got to pick.
You're pretty much done. You can call it there. And why don't you? Actually, we'll describe characters in a second. Let's all get together. So you can.
So Core is on his way in to the cabin with the basket of apples, and he picked 3 for himself.
Mm-hmm.
And as he's coming in, I think that's when I crash into who?
Jewel.
Me.
Jewel.
Mm-hmm.
And I drop the apples and I start picking them up. And I go, "Oi, hey, good day. What's your name?" Can
Hello.
see there.
Jewel has like she doesn't have like a sense of humor or anything. She's just very like stern. And she's like in all red chainmail and looks kind of scary, maybe? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, she kind of like always is just like in like hero pose, like just like broad shoulders, like just like wide stance.
With their boob window?
Yes, like the boob window is like immaculate always.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, okay, so we like bump into each other or like you trip or something, and I'm just like, you there. Are you wait, I don't know what to say. I'm not good at this. Negative one charisma in real life.
So Core's got long brown hair. He's got silver eyes. You gather from his hair kind of parts by his ears, and you can see like a slight angle in them, so you can guess that he might be elf of some sort. But he's wearing just cotton white and just kind of looks super relaxed and pleasant.
Chill vibes.
Very chill. So he's being friendly when he runs into Jewel. He's like, "Oh, hey, how you doing? Sorry, didn't see you there."
I regard you like very openly and like ask if you carry any weapons.
Sure. I mean, don't we all?
I'm on an important mission to avenge fallen comrades at the hands of a band of goblin.
Oh yeah.
I
goblins.
leave immediately.
You leave immediately. Don't you want an apple?
Oh. I take the apple and like sniff it and then just hand it back.
Don't want an apple. I see. Well, why don't you just stand there for a moment? I'll fix these apples and I'll head in. I gotta drop them off because that was my deal. And I will come right out.
Cool.
I got nothing better to do. So he drops the apples off in the basket right by the entrance, and comes back out. And I'm Core, by the way. What's yours? What's your name?
Jewel.
Jewel?
Also, I care not for money, so feel free to keep anything you might find.
I think that makes 2 of us here.
I'm just trying to help out.
I got nothing better to do.
Perfect.
And as you guys are walking to the town hall, the scene changes to a bustling outpost center. An area of commerce, an area of trade.
Cora's happily waving at everyone who comes by and just grinning.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And just saying hi to everyone.
There's a lot of gruff-looking miners who are just kind of like, well, what? But they're not upset by it, you know.
And Jewel just like marches like facing forward always.
Yeah, straight face marching. So, Bartons Provisions, where we go now, is the biggest trading post in Phandelver. Its shelves are stocked most ordinary like goods, supplies, backpacks, bedrolls, ropes, rations. And this is the place where you guys were taking the provisions from Rockseeker. And the place is open from sunup to sundown, and they don't stock weapons or armor, but you could surmise that there's like other adventuring gear that might help. But there's not. It's not like a main city where you're gonna find like magical weapons and stuff. So you're not gonna find anything super. Just basic shields, maybe. That'd be the most like combat stuff. But then there's other pickaxes and rations. And the man himself, the man who runs the shop, his name is Elmer Barther, and this is Barther's Provisions. Barthen. Barthen's Provisions, and Elmer Barther, he is sitting on the front. He's mostly just micromanaging at this point. He's a very tall, bald human, fairly lean. He's just got a small pipe on him, kind of walking around like a frail, kind of like farmer looking dude, hobbling about. He's got a serious expression on his face. He's really worried, really concerned. And in walks in the door a elegant looking halfling. And if you want to introduce yourself, this would be your time.
Feel like you're more in a dungeon now?
Oh, hello. I'm Slim Lenny.
Everybody can laugh because his last character that got murdered was Fat Tony.
Slim Lenny.
So this is Slim Lenny.
I feel like you'd be hanging outside of a convenience store.
Jay and Silent Bob. That's Fat Tony and Slim Lenny.
Slim Lenny.
Slim Lenny, you walk in inquiring about your brother's whereabouts, as your brother had written to you saying that he was going to be taking a provisions wagon down to Phandelver, where he was then going to maybe see about doing some bigger jobs, seeing if he could find some more grandiose work, and eventually check out the deli scene and see to maybe opening or just working in a deli. The family kind of sent Fat Tony on there as well with that side family quest. And you got the letter. You were passing by the area. You're a very busy anthropologist. You have a lot of universities you like to visit, but also you've spent a lot of time with cultures that are deeply set outside of civilized areas. Did you pick your cultural chameleon?
I did not. Was that something I was supposed to?
Yeah, that was definitely something with anthropologist. It's so it's one of the features you get with an anthropologist. You can pick one race that you have spent a lot of time with, to the point where you are just like culturally accepted by them. You understand their language, cultures, and are like just like low-key accepted by them at first bat when you come into contact. It's a feature called cultural chameleon, if you want to look that up on the Anthropologist. And that's just a super fun like little thing that you can do.
I did see that, but I didn't realize I had to pick one. That's my my ball dropped there.
No worries. We had to make new characters, and then have to learn new stuff. And I wasn't heckling you guys all week about it because I had, plans this weekend to see my family. So I was like, we'll just figure it out. So you come in and you're looking for your brother. Elmer has horrible news, and he informs you that your brother never made it. And that if it's early enough in the morning today, if it's still early enough in the morning today, that there should be a cleric, a female cleric in the town center, who's putting a group together to go back to the cave and finish the work.
Fat Tony never was the smartest one of the bunch. I guess I will set out to find the cleric.
Okay. And you can just start making your way to town center. And that's, sure enough, right where you see a cleric standing there. Or I guess on your way to the town center, you do overhear Elmer barking out an order. And he doesn't really seem like a crass man at all, but maybe he's talking to a pretty tough guy. He barks out, and you hear him say, like, this is your chance to make up for the pay you would be doing. This is your chance to earn your keep, because you knights certainly aren't cheap. And as you're walking out down the road, you see a what looks very well like a half orc in chainmail and a shield, longsword on his side, walking out of the tavern, and he's just like following behind you about 30 feet of the way to the town hall. You guys are at the town center. I'm just gonna speed this up by saying you guys have time to briefly expo dump. Jewel, do you have an inspiring speech prepared, or we can just say that you delivered one?
Well, so I was thinking that my charisma is horrible.
Okay, cool.
So I wouldn't necessarily like be very persuasive, more so just like my will to like execute this revenge is like just that strong. I don't know. My wisdom is my highest stat, so I'm not sure how I would like use wisdom necessarily to like convince people, but
you'd be saying maybe you're saying like really wise things, or saying like quoting the Red Knight some passage.
Yeah, like I was thinking that like because I'm like, I don't know, like brought back from the dead kind of, I could just be like I was sent by my divine patron or whatever to like finish this quest. Like I'm still here and like here to fight, and I don't know, something like that. Like I have the wisdom of a past life or something.
Oh, Jose, you're here.
Yep, I just didn't want to intrude.
Oh yeah, you're the half orc here.
Oh, don't mind me. We'll stick with the name we got here, T-Fob, T-he-he. Yeah, you know, just following up here, right behind you. Don't mind me. It sounded like you needed some help, so.
Right now, you've got 10 gold in your pocket. That's about your monthly salary as a mercenary of the Lord's Alliance that was paid for by Bartons Provisions to meet up with Sildar. Sildar never showed up, and so now your protection and your like escorting of caravan duty has gotten a little bit more difficult, a little bit more sus, and so Elmer says, Elman Barther says to you that this is your time to earn that keep. Like, plans change, but you still have the gold in your pocket, so go meet up with that cleric and take out those goblins. And Jewel, yes, you were saying wonderful things about the Red Knight. Well, a little bit further across town, a little south of town, over by what's known as the Miners Guild. In the distance, you can hear some explosions going off and see some smoke rising in the distance. There's a beaten down barn, but it is being built up in a odd way. There's trinkets and there's vials and there's different smells coming from it. Handfuls of just like papers scattered around, along with a little gnome who is running late to meet up at the town hall as he bursts open the door. And Brian, do you want to explain your character quick?
Yeah. So Tanky stands a solid 3 feet tall, wearing kind of like red scholars, adventurers type robes, different satchels and bags hanging off of his chest, big red floppy hat, and eyebrows that are roughly half a foot long and shockingly red as well. And as he bursts through the door, you can see kind of like almost gunpowder residue, explosion residue on his face and on his palms. Shocked, just kind of a shocked face, out of breath.
Tanky is shocked because he received a letter very, very early in the morning, which he may have misplaced with other papers or didn't see until last second. But it's from Halia. And Halia is the Guild Master of Phandelver's Miners Exchange. So the Phandelver Miners Exchange is the building just above it here. This is the Phandelver Miners Exchange. And it reads... Are you a doctor, by the way, Tanky?
No, I'm a researcher more
Okay.
in geology, mineralogy type.
Okay. And it says Pax Fall Color. How do you say that? Fall Color? Your last
full
name?
color.
Full color. Pax Full Color. My guild has been paying for your services in our mining venture. You've proven to be quite the expert in your work, but your laboratory is not cheap. And if you'd like to keep your status here in our fields, in your field of study, I suggest you make more use of your skills and help a current party close down a goblin cave, as your magical services may come in great hand. So she like low-key threatens you, just basically saying like, I pay for all your lab shit. I like all the testing you've done, all the last couple spells you've put in your book, like all the different things you've researched, like she has been paying for through the guild money. And you've been on your, it's like you work 40, 50 hours a week helping them design like black powder, helping them design like drilling bits, helping them design like tools and identify items that they bring back from certain mine shafts. And then you spend about 20, 30 hours a week working on your own stuff in the laboratory. So it's kind of like you've been using this fair dinkum to progress yourself as a wizard. And now she's just saying like, hey, like it's just starting to get a little uneven and costly now. So why don't you help out the town and do this on behalf of the miners, the Phandelver Miners Exchange, excuse me. And so
that's miners with an ER.
Yes, miners. Yep, not children. Although that would be badass if there was a children's guild. We represent the youth. Just a group of guild, the guild master of Phandelver's miners, and they bully this gnome, this elder gnome wizard. But as you are heading up to town hall, you see the adventurers are leaving. You see the adventurers are starting to pull off. Your little legs are keeping up. You can, you briefly address to them that you'll be joining. And then the fast travel starts. Is there anybody else's character we wanted to really go over? I can show the tokens here of Core. I didn't get to do that. This was Core. This was such a friendly face. Yeah, such a friendly, beautiful, cotton-clad man. And then we have the crass look of Jewel. The crass and beautiful look of Jewel, the Red Knight. the Red Knight, what would you say? Devotee. The Red Knight Devotee. Look at Slim Lenny again.
Hey,
Slim Lenny.
And this is T5. You can change the name Jose, by the way. that was just like when you create a sheet, it just puts that name in.
Let's go with T-Fob.
T-Fob. T-Fob. Stoikos. One really cool thing about T-Fob, I just wanted to introduce this backstory. I kind of helped Jose with the backstory. T-Fob's dad was in the cavalry. He was a human in the cavalry of Deepwater and spent a lot of time in orc regions going to war, met a half-orc woman and fell in love. They produced a son shortly after his father had fallen in battle, and T-Fob was raised by his mother, and he tried really hard to get into the cavalry of Deepwater, but because his father wasn't really around anymore down the road, it didn't matter. They didn't really care. So T-Fob just joined as a sellsword, working for different mercenary groups, and a man who joined the Lord's Alliance, who actually fought in the cavalry of Deepwater with T-Fob's dad, was none other than Sildar Hallwinter himself. So Sildar was low-key an uncle figure to T-Fob. And when T-Fob was fighting in the nation of Minin, I believe it's an island where people go to flee imperial persecution, he was a guard there and just protected the freedom of the island. But Sildar was able to squeeze him into the Lord's Alliance for a couple smaller missions, such as Provisions. So I just think that's a really cool background story. You guys fast travel because you've already Jewel, you've already been here before. You can fast travel the party to the Cragmaw cave. Oops, almost threw you at the wrong one. Okay. Let me pull yous over. Jewel, you're back outside of the Cragmaw cave once again. You've got your pack of rookies. You're having horrible flashbacks because just not that long ago, you had crawled out of this cave fairly injured, but with only 8 hours of rest, you are able to be completely back on your grind. You only died from
magic.
Like it's magic. Like you're undead. You were killed. I mean, you were made unconscious by 2 scimitar attacks. So it's not like you were critically injured. You know, you did take 2 scimitar attacks, and maybe just your conscious just went out. And here you are at the mouth of the cave. Everybody keep in mind your backstory in this mission. Slim Lenny, your brother's allegedly in here. T-Fob, Sildar, your low-key uncle might be in there. Or Jewel doesn't know he's dead. So he died last episode. If we don't remember. And if anybody wants to watch past episodes, it is up on my YouTube. Same handle, Lognarok. Sildar was thrown off of a ledge and his skull broke open. Tanky, you are just told to clear out the cave using your magical prowess. And also, you know, by doing this, you're helping the Miners Guild prove how handy magic can be in Phandelver. So you're also setting an example, saying you keep importing mercenaries, you keep importing all this shit, but look what I can do. Magic missiles, you know. That's kind of your mission. Core, I really don't know. Good guy Core, maybe you're just trying to help out, make sure everybody stays safe. You
he's
have
just in it for the adventure, you know.
yeah, just a little something thrilling.
He just wants to experience the
Yeah,
world, and so
goblins.
He's like, hey, this is a good way.
Wow, goblins.
Yeah, cool.
Jeez.
Let me check them out.
Yeah, that's exciting. Maybe they'll be friendly to me.
Maybe.
And,
I mean, I wouldn't put it past him to go up to one and be like, hey, how you doing, mate?
Hey, how you feeling? They bites your finger off.
Jewel, that wasn't very nice.
Jewel, you obviously have a burning hatred for goblins at this point, and your deity wants you to fucking destroy them. So I will let you guys take it away from here. Expectation for this, I'm not gonna like walk you through it. So please say like, this is the room we go to. This is, make declarations moving forward, and I will progress the map as you guys dictate your movements.
All right. Do any of you have any other ideas besides walking in and murdering everybody?
I'm paid to do.
I didn't realize this was murder.
Murdering goblins.
I mean, they might be friendly, no?
From what the story we've heard, it may not be so.
What?
Lead the way.
All right. It's dark in there. I need to create light. If I'm going to lead the way, we're just gonna walk right in there, like guns ablaze.
Okay.
Does anybody have an idea to not walk in there guns blazing? Guns blazing? Got it.
Guns blazing.
Guns
blazing.
blazing. Fuck yeah. You guys have an extra person this time, so the odds may be in your favor.
I have a torch I would be able to use.
No.
You as a half orc, you might have dark vision.
I should.
I'm just checking up right now if you have it on your sheet that you can see. Otherwise, Mike. So Tanky, you have dark vision.
I have dark vision, yeah.
I got up to 60 feet.
Okay, so you two have dark vision, and then we already declared halflings don't have dark vision.
I have vision.
Oh, why
dark
would I
vision.
get dark vision?
Half elves have dark vision. That's correct.
Yep.
All
I don't know
right.
how to
If
get
anybody
dark
wants
vision.
to sneak, I have to stay at the back.
Yeah. Looks like Slim Lenny and Jewel are the only two that can't see in the dark.
I'll if it's all right with you, I'll take lead, and then you just give me direction as to where to go.
This guy's gonna take lead.
Unless you got a better idea there, Slim.
No, go ahead.
I think he's a valiant leader.
I'm gonna turn to Jewel and just, hey, if you need a light, just let me know.
Perfect. I'll stay close by you then.
Yep.
All right, taking a peek into the opening, I will take lead, and then make my way into the opening, through the opening.
Yep. When you get up to this point, the emaciated dogs that you guys had seen before, the like slightly emaciated dogs that you had seen. 1 second. They're.
I will have like kind of briefly told them like what the cave looked like inside that I knew of. Just like that there was a bridge and a room and like another room.
Gave them some detail. That's fair. And as you walk up to this, you see the dogs, but they have their backs to you now. The fire that was once high up in the back, I'm going to ping it. So in the very back, the far right of the visible area, in the little canyon, that's 30 feet up in the air, is this crack that goes down to this canyon. And in that crack, you no longer see a fire lit.
Okay.
So before, Jewel remembered seeing like dancing fire in there as if somebody was in there. But, and to not metagame, I guess T-Fob, when you walk up there, it just looks absolutely dark. As you peek in, the 3 dogs have their back to you as they are just absolutely going to town on food. They are just like digging in there, like rending flesh apart, just ripping apart a huge meal.
Based off of what was relayed, am I able to sort of say, oh, these dogs, she told us that they may not cause us any trouble, or am I
Yep.
just going through this? Okay.
Yep.
So then knowing that and just seeing that they're busy, I just like quietly continue walking to be able to get through that opening.
Yeah, you can move up there. Does
Okay.
the rest of the party follow you up?
I'm
Yeah.
gonna stay
Yeah.
relatively in the back.
If
Cool. Let
I'm
me
in
get
the
a.
back,
Yeah, I was just gonna ask for the marching order. So it's gonna go
just that
T-Fob.
if I'm in the back and I've been here already, I'll kind of like, like I'll tell the people in front of me, like, it's okay, we can keep going.
Yeah. Okay. T-Fob is in front. Who's behind T-Fob?
I'll be.
Core?
But I'm trying to talk to him.
Yeah, that's fair. Who's behind Core? Okay, Lenny's behind Core. Then Tonk, and then Jewel. Bringing up the rear.
As I pass by the room, can I try and see if I can see what they're eating at all?
Yeah, make a
I know I can't.
Make a
can't see in the
perception check.
dark, so, but 17.
17. You can see a like scarlet red colored like cloth robe.
Oh shit.
That you would recognize as Koya Pradens. But you actually wouldn't know that. You wouldn't
Yeah, I
know
was
that
gonna
that's
say,
Koya Praden.
I wouldn't recognize it, but I
No.
would recognize that it's a robe.
You would recognize that it's definitely a wizard-like robe. And for all of us in Radioland and us that were here last episode can have a good laugh. Or a good cry. as Koya Praden is being eaten by these wolves right now. You do also see goblins tossed in there. There's like a goblin, a goblin arm, but then you just see like some cloth that is stained. Actually, you don't really see all that because it's dark. But there's a little bit of light coming in from the gap, we'll say.
I'll just say
You
my
can see
eyes
scraps are red.
my eyes get real big and I just kind of scurry past the opening.
Yeah.
As we're walking past the opening, I'm gonna kind of just take a glance around the outside of the cave and more a little southeast.
Okay.
After I see
Like in
see
this
what
area.
happens, running through the opening, I tell him, "Did you by any look at him and like whisper? Did you by any chance smell fish in there?"
Because Koya was he's amphibious. For people who didn't know, Tanky, Tanky, you peeking behind those bushes, you don't see anything. Just it looks like packs of goblins have been sleeping in there, but there's none in there now. Okay, moving forward.
I take a pause here because I think with my vision, I'm able to see that fork in the road between the path that's ahead and then the one currently on.
Yeah,
There's a fork in the road?
There's a fork? You can see the bridge on top of the bridge, and there is currently nobody on the bridge. You can see, the turn a little bit as you peek around. And then you can do that. Yeah, if you look across the river, and anybody with dark vision can see, there is just a pile of dead goblins.
Those poor souls.
Oof. Okay.
There's at least one of them chopped in half.
Yeah, there is some significant damage on a lot of them. They're butt naked. And it looks like they've been tossed down a chute of some kind. A chute that goes up into a...
Ew.
Yep.
Like Sweeney Todd style?
Yes, with no
Mr.
magical
Fluffit?
elixirs. And then I'm going to need a stealth check from Core and from T-Fob.
Going. Give me a second.
Are you both proficient in it? Or who's proficient
Yes.
in it?
I
Not
am.
me.
Okay. So why don't T-Fob, why don't you, oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, Nat 20,
Nat 20.
from Core.
Let's go.
He's like walking in his cotton armor. And T-Fob, yeah, I was going to say, you were just going to roll with advantage, provided Core gives you a good stealth boost. And just rolling a 24 on stealth Core, you actually notice that T-Fob has chainmail on. That's doing a little rattling. He's doing his best to be sneaking. He's doing a great job at it. But you just put your hand on him and be like, oh, let me take a peek first. let me just peek up there first.
Give me a chance.
Yeah.
So I go in front of him.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You peek up the stairs. What?
Can I see him trying to be stealthy and move up with him?
Yeah, definitely. Make a stealth check.
All right.
18. Hell yeah. You guys can see up the stairs. You can just see about as far as the first well. As you're looking up the stairs, you see to your left there's like stacked rocks creating a dam and water like trickling out from under it. It's stemmed pretty well, so the stream has been very little. The stream walking into the cave has been fairly narrow. Definitely not as big as the map shows. The map shows like a gusher. It's been a lot more narrow now as you walk up. But getting closer, you can hear this rushing sound of water. This absolute just torrential waterfall pouring down into a fairly shallow body of rock. And you can walk up more if you'd like without any penalties and get a closer look if you want to go up the stairs.
Oh, totally.
Okay.
Can I get an idea of what the time frame is? Or is this a couple days post?
1 second.
I'm going to use the cantrip guidance on myself as action.
Okay. It has been over 24 hours. So it's probably been one proper day since Jewel left the mouth of the cave about 1 day ago. So this is in the morning time. Jewel left very early in the morning, and you guys are coming back in the slightly like later morning. You guys have made it there around like 10 a.m. ish. We could say. Yeah, and so having come up here further and hearing the torrential downpour, in the back of the room, you see a stairwell that's going up to a darker room. In this room, it is very hard to hear anything. It is so loud here. And you see a goblin who looks exhausted. He is absolutely... and he's covered in soot and dirt and mud. And all the rocks that are building the dam up are covered in the same mud that he's covered in. So it looks like he was probably been spending the last day building this trap back up. And he's on a rock out in the water. He's sitting on a rock. Right there. He's like sitting on top of that little rock. And he's passed out. He's got his like back up against the rock. He's got his feet up on the dam. And he's just doing a little goblin snore. But you couldn't hear him snore because there's just water pounding down behind him and just kind of flowing around.
So I turn and whisper to the rest of to the people who are just immediately behind me, and let them know that there's a goblin back there, and ask which way should we keep going.
Yeah, because you can see the stairs in the very back of the room on the bottom of the map. So, yeah, there's a way back of those stairs that goes somewhere else, or you can, like, wrap around to the right.
Jewel, do you know which way we go?
Jewel, you'll have to move up to the front in order to. Yeah.
We didn't get a chance to see the room up the stairs.
Okay. So
I believe the leader might still be alive there.
I tried to sneakily walk past this way. Hopefully I don't.
Yeah.
Try to get to the room.
Sure. Just stand back for a second. You will need it to peek around the corner. You'll have to make me a stealth check.
All right. 18.
Okay. So.
Or 14.
As you peek around the corner. One second. Okay. You look up and you can see. Oh, come on, revealing tool. That's like gazing right in there. You can see this massive bugbear just snoozing. You see this big looking animal snoozing alongside a bunch of treasures, like different. Looks like another provision, like a bunch of cargo from another wagon that had come by that they had raided. You see another goblin who's got his back against the wall. He's got his feet out. There's not a fire going, but they're like resting. They may have been having like a long day.
Is anyone else by me, or am I doing this?
You're up there by yourself right now.
Okay.
I'll move up.
Okay.
And check the other side.
Cool. As you sneak across the stairs, make me a stealth check.
22.
Wow. Yep. You right past the stairs. No problem. You just sneak like the twinkly like sound of toes like going across. Yeah, sneak right across the stairwell. You two are both looking in there and see that big bad mad mamma jamma.
So what do you think? You think we should?
It's really loud, so to talk to each other will take a louder voice, which you would know could likely wake up the goblin in front of you, or at least rouse his attention if you talked, because it's really hard to hear right now.
So I go up next to him and I do the old hand to the ear thing.
And I'll look at Court and do like a neck cutting and point at the goblin out on the rock, and then kind of like put my hands up in the air.
Okay, and Core looks back at you and does the shoulders up with the hands out, looking like, I don't know. Okay, you lead the way.
Can I survey, like, look at this area and see if there's any way to like get close to the goblin? Because you said he's out on a rock, right?
Yeah, he's out on a rock and he walked along the dam. Like, do you see where the cobblestone rocks are?
Yeah.
He walked out on those. And there probably wasn't even a lot of water in there when he walked out, but it's pretty deep. It's deeper now. Like, it'd probably be up to your belly button at this point, the water.
Got it.
So if you wanted to wade in there, you could. Otherwise, you can maybe just make a little acrobatics check to walk along the wet rocks out to the dam where he's at.
Yeah, I will attempt to sneak along this out to the sleeping goblin.
Okay.
Core's gonna follow him.
Okay. Let's see your stealth check, Slim Lenny. I'm sorry, your acrobatics check.
Acrobatics.
As you walk onto the stones of the sleeping goblin out there.
17.
Cool. Very nice. You are right out next to him now. You can lean right across the rock. He's right in reach of you.
Core's gonna follow too. Do I need to do an acrobatics check?
You standing right there, you're fine.
Okay.
But if you wanted to go out like past him and stuff, it'd be a really hard acrobatics because you'd have to move past him. He's kind of blocking the thing right now.
If he's sleeping, do I technically have advantage on him, or
You do, and
Okay.
Yes, you do.
Okay. So I guess if I have my like, do I have to? We're not in combat, so can I pull my daggers out and attack?
Your daggers, plural.
Yeah, because I think I have a short sword and 2 daggers. Or can I use a short sword and a dagger instead?
Yeah, you can use a short sword and a dagger, and you can
Okay.
just go in with a. Make your short sword attack with advantage.
Just roll it twice. Ooh. 13.
So that's not enough to get your short sword into the point to cut him as you're slipping on the rocks. You're standing on the rocks, you're leaning in with your short sword to like get a nice clean swipe at his neck, and you slip. Make a dexterity saving throw.
Good lord.
Yeah, so
Core tries to grab him.
Oh, sure. You can make a strength saving throw.
Oh boy.
Oh my god, dude.
Yes.
Nat 20. Wow. I mean, it's a skill check, so nat 20, but like, wow, that's impressive. That's the second one already. Yeah, as he slips, you just reach out and grab his jacket. And he's like falling backwards, and it drops down a little bit too, so it could have been a big splash into the water pool there. It's a little bit more shallow. And you grab his shirt and you bring him back up to the rocks.
And Core smiles at him and then does the whisper signal with the index finger going up to his mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Can I wink and then make a dagger attack?
Yes.
Is the goblin like aware?
Oh
of
my
it?
god.
Natural one.
You are still gonna have advantage. You rolled 2 nat 1s, and Cora's rolled 2 nat 20s so far.
Oh, so I still get advantage.
You
on
do
the
get
attack, so I can
advantage
roll
to take
again.
it, yeah, with your dagger.
Wow.
Yeah,
Good
you
lord.
rebounded, and then as you like set yourself again, you didn't even make the attack. You like thought about going in with your dagger, and then you just canceled entirely. And you realize you're a little too short. You're a little too short as a halfling. You can't really get out to that rock to puncture him.
I have a random question though.
Yeah.
I have lucky, so when I roll a 1, but I have advantage, so I didn't technically roll a 1, right? So
No, I mean lucky just says when you roll a 1, you can re-roll it. And you did roll a 1.
So I can re-roll the dagger attack one more time.
Yeah.
All right. 13. So.
Yeah.
Same as my short sword.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say this. You're like, oh man, I probably shouldn't do this with my dagger, and you're like, oh, I've been lucky before, and you just say fuck it, and you lean in to attack. Kevin, what was that?
I clicked on dagger. I was just trying to see how they were calculating the roll.
Okay. And I'm just gonna assume Core, since he had such an awesome strength grab on you, strength save, that he's just holding you by your jacket now, and you didn't
just
even
kind of swing it
slide
in the air.
You can't reach him. God, you just want to stealth kill him, but you're an anthropologist. Maybe you're not an assassin yet. You're still working on being an assassin. That's pretty funny. Just seeing you by your coat, like, I'll get this guy. You're like, let's kill this guy, right? Let's. And you lean in, and you lean in. You're like, yeah, whoa, whoa. Whoa! You grab by your coat and you lean in just with your dagger, like, come on, just connect with something. But you're just not able to lean in close enough to get him.
Probably like only holding my daggers with 2 fingers too. Like trying to be fancy.
Speaking of fancy, the goblin, you see his nose start to move up and down. As it was originally like mouth open, snoring, and he kind of and he like smells up in the air. And I'm not gonna say which one of you two is wearing perfume. You're both like fancy gentlemen wearing like cotton clad and like you probably got like some leather armor or something underneath your jacket. You know, you're still an adventurer, Lenny. But one of you is wearing perfume, and we don't need to discuss who that is. That's irrelevant. But the goblin smells it, and he wakes up. So I'm just going to say that was kind of like a surprise round for you guys. And we are going to roll for initiative.
I'm looked at him immediately and is like, hi, mate.
Oh, nice.
And smiles.
I'm not going to bring up the turn order or anything. This should be, hopefully, really quick. Nice. So, being in the back, you don't have dark vision, and you can hear the crash of the water. You can hear the splashing and crashing of water pooling down. But you
just
heard
see everyone else start to run forward.
Yeah, you definitely see Tanky
like
moving. Yeah, maybe Tanky said something like, "Oh no, that goblin's waking up!" Right, and so right away, like a flash to act. T-Fob, you are free to act first. It's dark.
Right.
You can't really see what's in front of you. You were told there's a goblin up there sleeping somewhere.
Oh, sleeping somewhere. So what I'm gonna do, if I'm at least able to see this rock that's in front of me,
yeah, you'll be able to see it. It's darker than the darkness.
Okay. I'll make my way to here and then try to get into this alcove right here, and then I don't know if I'll need a roll or whatnot to see what, at least like what line of what I can see from toward this direction.
You can see Core's robes. You can see he's like facing. You very barely see his robes like facing into this pool of what sounds like water in front of you. You can move all the way up there if you'd like, but you don't really. You'll if you move up to where like by Core is, you might be able to get a glimpse of the goblin and have a disadvantage attack on him.
Okay.
Oh, you're back there. Okay.
I'll get right here, and then I'll just ready the long sword in my hand, shield in the other, just in case.
Long sword, and you kind of get ready. And what is your readied action? Just if anything comes close to you, you smack it.
Yeah. If anything comes close within melee range, I'll smack it.
That you can tell is evil. Okay, got it. Next is Core. You're up.
How deep is that pool that the goblin's in?
It would be up to your like, probably like just at like the tip of your wiener. Just the part where it gets cold. Just
so
deep
Core,
enough. Yeah.
After saying hi to the goblin, takes out his quarterstaff and attempts to whack him upside the head.
Okay. It is up a little ways. Oof. Quarterstaff
Wow.
is 6. As you wade into the water and you come up to the rock's pretty high. The water still has like tons of feet to go up. So you waddle up to this rock, wade into the water, and you take your quarterstaff and you make a swing at him, and it is unsuccessful. Maybe cracks onto the rock by the goblin. He jumps out of the way. Anything else?
Yeah, he apologizes to the goblin.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to help my friends.
Sorry about that, mate.
Slim Lenny, you're up.
I'm still within striking distance of
Yep.
this goblin.
Yep.
Cool.
But you no longer. But you are out on like a ledge. You're on a levee.
Right.
So if you fuck up too bad, you should be good for now. But if you fuck up too bad, you might have to make another dex save.
All right. Well, we're going with the short sword first
Okay.
again. Big whammy or no, big money, no whammies. No
big
big
whammy. Here comes another
big
one.
whammies, no money.
This is why you get all the ones.
11.
Yep, 11 is not enough to hit. God, you are Slim Lenny. Remember that one time when Get Effects rolled 3 nat 20s in a row?
Yep.
And I was like, if you roll a third nat 20, I'll shit my pants. And then it was like a nat 20. And I was like, well, here we go. I am thoroughly stoked.
That was 3 years of nat 20s.
That was
Yeah.
3 years worth of and here we go, the downfall of it.
Slim Lenny's paying for Get a Fix's fortunes.
Yeah, and Fat Tony had some decent rolls.
Oh, yeah.
This
All right,
short bow does a d6, baby. Look out.
Dagger's coming out.
Yep,
now.
dagger's coming out.
Salami power.
That's a hit.
15.
That's a hit. Roll 1d4. Or you can just click dagger and don't add the strength mod or your dex mod.
I'll do the 1d4.
Okay.
That's a tree.
Tree. Okay, you deal 3 damage to this bad boy as it sticks him in the pectoral, in his boob. He dodged your short sword, and he was kind of like going in for a lunge, and he leapt out of the way and exposed a chunk of his breast, and you just plucked him like a chicken. Tonky.
An opening.
Yeah, an opening. Tonky, you're up. If this is how the rest of the combat's gonna go for the boss, we're fucked. Oh yeah, Tonky, you're up.
So I'm gonna kind of just, as all of this is happening, I see all these whiffs. I'm just gonna kind of grumble and walk up here and go, ah! And I'm gonna turn one of the rings of my fingers around, pull out the gemstone that's on the top of my quarterstaff, and kind of wave my hands around like
Like you just don't
Doctor
care.
Strange, and launch a
Nice.
firebolt at the goblin.
Nice. So since it is gonna be kind of like over Lenny, the goblin's armor class is gonna go up just a little bit.
I'm a slim little boy though.
You are slim, so it's just a little bit of an AC. I'll do just a little bit of an
Hey,
AC
he's
boost.
Slim Lenny. Yes, he's the real Lenny.
It's the
Please
That's a
stand
12.
up.
12 does not hit.
So
Okay.
I guess my question is, it's a spell attack, so it's just a D20 plus the attack modifier.
D20 plus proficiency plus
Oh,
ability.
okay, so
Plus ability.
14.
14 still isn't enough.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's gonna be your intelligence plus your proficiency.
Yeah,
Do,
I just didn't have proficiency.
acrobatics to dodge the fireball to help him get better.
Too late. Hey, if you were thinking ahead, if maybe you were like, I'm gonna use my movement to get out of the way, you could have done that. But
And I'm gonna use a bonus action to take cover and crouch down.
okay. And it is the goblin's turn. Slim Lenny.
Jesus.
I hope you're ready to get a nat 20 here. I kind of want to get a second webcam that I can just put on my dice. Because there are times when I get these nat 20s and it's like, I feel so bad calling this out, but like, you're dead. You're dead. You're dead, Willie.
I had a few of those
Yeah.
where I was like, I really wish that people could see this
Yeah.
because it feels like I'm lying.
Oof. Okay, so he misses with his scimitar, and we are gonna go to. I believe it's just down to Jules' turn.
All right. I'm going to run out. 15, 20, 25, 30. And cast Sacred Flame on the goblin.
Okay.
He has to make a dex saving throw.
That's right. It was 8 again.
Great. Then I roll 1d8 radiant damage.
Nice. Bringing down the radiance.
It's like a beam that like comes down from the ceiling from an unseen.
As you call it down, there's this like opaque red radiant like silhouette, like what would you say, like a bust, almost like a marble statue, but it's made of light, radiant light of the Red Knight herself. It like appears above the goblin, and she's giving you this like very encouraging, like this is what I wanted you to do, this is what I want from you, and she's very happy with you, and she's coming down herself and shines down this radiant light, and just massacres the goblin as you deal 6 damage and remove the goblin's life from its body. And the Red Knight looks satisfied as she just like slowly fades, like when you look at a camera flash and then that camera flash slowly fades out of your retina. She appears like a scream, like she like comes in like ha, and then she fades. It fades back to darkness. That camera flash was pretty big, though. The Sacred Flame coming down was a bit of a light change. And there was a good view.
And, like, after I see the goblin die, I'm like, ha! Like, really kind of. Not like I'm screaming, but I like definitely make a noise.
Ha! Yeah, it feels good. And then you see firelight behind you guys as the room lights up behind you.
Turn around.
Every now and then I get a little bit lonely.
And let's redo turn order. So go ahead now, click on your token and put him in, because this one's gonna be a little bit bigger. Turn around.
Every now and then I get a little bit.
Everybody's just in it now. There's no way getting out.
Okay, 1 second. Oh, my thing is so. Six. I have the worst initiative roll.
Yeah, that's pretty. At least it's consistent.
It's like when you're rolling for who goes first in Mario Party.
That game cheats.
As the fire lights, you hear a mighty roar. Yimmick? Why is Yimmick on the board? Yimmick is not supposed to be up there. Honestly, that's just outrageous. Does anybody remember who Yimmick is?
No idea.
I have a note here.
First one to tell me who Yimmick is.
Goblin Boss Man.
All right, take inspiration.
Man. Yeah.
Fuck
I see no Yimmick.
Slim Lenny wouldn't know who Yimmick is though, so it's cool.
Yeah, but
I was just playing character. I was just playing character.
All right, yeah, you were playing character. That's literally how you get inspiration. Take inspiration. No, I'm just kidding.
Can Core say the same?
Yeah, playing character.
He just says that out loud.
So Slim Lenny, you see a large. So Clark was standing by the fire as he hits a flint into this oil, and it lights up the room, and you can see right in and seeing him pulls out this big nasty cleaver and roars up in the air. You can't hear the roar, so you can hear it about as loud as the water you're standing in, and you are up.
Okay.
Acrobatics check just for your movement over the rocks again.
Cool.
It's not going to be hard. 10. Good, yeah. A nat 1 would have killed you, but that's fine.
So I'm gonna move like up, kind of to this side spot here.
Yep.
Do I have line of sight on him, like at the top of this?
Not there.
Not there.
You'd have to move to one more over to get a line.
Over to here.
Yeah, right now, right over there, I'd roll it as like a half cover. I might make it a little harder for you to hit him, but here you'd have a nice line of sight.
Okay.
And
But
10 feet of movement, or that's 20 feet. You still have 5 feet after that.
Okay, so I could move back over.
Yep.
I'm going to make a short bow shot at him from here.
Okay. I'm just assuming you had time to sheath your daggers once the radiant light came down. You like put your weapons away, saw that light go up, and then you pulled your short bow out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
21. Oh fuck! Did I really close all their tabs after I opened? No, they're right here. Cool. 21. That does not hit. No, I'm just kidding. That hits.
I was like,
gosh. We're fucked.
Fuck, Logan. Come on, man.
Level 1.
So is that 1d6 plus the piercing?
1d6 plus your dexterity, all piercing.
Plus the dex. Okay.
1d6 plus dex. So
What?
it's like
no,
the
that's not what I did not. I thought if I clicked damage, don't. There's no way. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So basically, how it works is like the arrow from the short bow itself does a d6, and your dexterity modifier does damage because it's like how precise you can shoot, how accurate you can shoot.
Okay.
6 DiMaggio.
6.
And he doesn't seem to care.
And then I move
It
over.
sticks into his like leather armor that he's got strapped around his like chest,
And then I'll move over and attempt to hide behind this.
Yeah.
Wall.
Do you get cunning action at this level? I think I let Fat Tony do it, but I think you don't actually get that until 2nd level. Yep. So you can just get out of the way at this point, but at 2nd level
Okay.
you'll be able to actually hide at 2nd level. It's the Goblin's turn, and he's gonna look at the bugbear like terrified, like maybe thinking like, fuck, they weren't supposed to come back that fast. Like they were supposed to be bringing more people, or they're gonna be like scared. Like we thought everybody died. We didn't think anybody made it out alive. But the bugbear is still howling mad, so he's just gonna run out of the cave and take a swing at Jewel. And that does not hit with 11. Oh shit, it's +4. God damn it. That still doesn't hit. It's only 13. But it is Clark's turn.
If I could spit on him, I would. Wait, do I have saliva?
No.
Okay. Well, I call him disgusting.
gosh. He's just gonna
What are
whip.
you?
He's just gonna whip a javelin from where he's at. From right now, he's got some javelins pecked around the fire. He's gonna grab one and he's gonna whip it at Jewel. One second. He kills the goblin because I rolled a nat 1 and I said,
Wow.
I was like, you know what? I was like, Jewel's got a high armor class, plus the goblin's kind of in the way, but let's just hurl a javelin and see what we can get. It was a nat 1, and so I was like, I'll just roll the damage and the goblin will take it, and it was max damage with the javelin, so it was, well, it was just one less than max damage, but with his modifier, it was definitely enough to murder that goblin. So that was weird. And Clark yells, let that be a lesson. Trying to recover from that accident. T-Fob,
Okay.
you're up.
That's funny. You killed your own guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4. Am I able to go here? Or do I have to go to the spot next?
No, you can go there.
Okay. I'll be here, and then I'm gonna take a dodge action, and then just pretty much trying to provide some cover from any other stuff.
Okay. Core, you're up.
All right.
Dude, what a great move, Jose. That was really good.
Thank you.
Okay. So Core's gonna step on top of the goblin,
Mm-hmm.
and he's gonna shoot a dart.
Okay. You can occupy... You can, like, step into T-Fob's space. Like, you can do this thing, like you kind of, like lean him out of the way and throw a dart. Like, as he's running up and readying a shield, you run up with him and whip a dart and can step back behind him.
Okay. Well, that's what I do then. So I shoot him with a dart,
Okay.
and probably doesn't hit.
Yeah, it just whistles into the room and just like almost pierces his ear, but just whizzes past him. And he's just, that's like while he was yelling, let that be a lesson to you, this dart just flies by his head.
And Cord just kind of waves at him and smiles.
So the
That's the end of my
opposite of how Peo did it. Peo would fight and slander and spit and snarl. This is like, oh man, I missed.
Yeah.
Jewel,
hey, that was me, by the way. Sorry about that. But you gotta die.
My bad.
Seem like a really aggressive guy. I really don't mean it personally. It's just you seem a bit aggressive.
It's more out of self-defense, you know. I don't want to die.
Right.
That's it for me.
Okay. Jewel, you're up.
Okay. I can move through allies.
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know if you heard me earlier, but I have guidance on myself right now, which is just I can add a d4 to my next ability check, so I'm gonna roll to attack with my mace using guidance.
Let me just double check.
I think it's d20 plus 6.
That won't work for attacking.
Oh, is
Yeah.
it just saving throws or
Just ability checks. So just a skill check.
okay?
Yeah.
Well, then I'm going to attack with my mace anyways.
Hell yeah.
Slap at a base.
Clark. Oh, and as you run in the room, you do see. I will reveal the area, the rest of the room.
Oh, whoops! Sorry, I clicked the wrong thing. Uh, 16.
16 is a hit.
Okay. So it's 1d6 plus 2 slash R1d6 plus 2. 6 damage.
Okay. Clark is going to take 6 damage.
Let's see.
As the mace cracks into him, you can see it kind of loosen his arm a little bit as you bring it down on his tall clavicle. Like loosens up his arm. Loosens up his flesh.
Let's see. I could. Sorry, I'm just looking at what's on the board right now. What is that thing next to me on the left? Who is that? What is that?
That's a wolf. Yep.
Oh shit.
Rainier.
Okay.
And it looks like it's well fed and treated much better than the other dogs, potentially the alpha of the pack that's down there.
Okay. Okay, so what I'm gonna do as a bonus action is pull up my character sheet. Take a look. So as a bonus action, I have Divine Favor. That fucked me over last time. I might need to Shield of Faith plus 2 AC. Okay. And that's a bonus action. It's also first level spell slot. Okay, no. I'm just going to stay there and yell at T-Fob to get in here.
Okay. It is Tanky's turn.
Alright, so I'm gonna come running up over here on the side. Well, actually kind of like between everyone, the back over here. And as I'm doing so, I'm gonna flip another ring in my hand around and grab onto the gemstone that I had in the top of my quarterstaff and kind of just toss it up into the air and eventually catch it. But as it tosses into the air, 3 little magic darts pop out of it and zip over to the bugbear.
Okay.
That's a magic missile.
That's a magic missile in play.
3, 2, and 5. So what is that? 3, 2, 5. That's 10 total
10
damage.
Okay. Oh shit! Yeah, that's big to him. That bloodies him. That mortals him, and he is now in a scary place.
Yes.
And so at that point, I am going to flip that ring back around.
Mm-hmm.
All the rings are on my right hand, by the way, Thanos style, and then
Nice.
kind of run back over here into the corner so I can get a good idea of vision in the room.
Okay. And it is Ripper's turn. I think I screwed up the turn order somehow. Maybe I didn't ascend it properly. But Lenny got to go first for his 20. I guess that's fine. And then I kind of fucked up Jewel. My bad. I don't know why the turn order...
Oh, that was my fault. I clicked initiative again by accident. So I had like a 6, I think.
Yeah, it switched after she clicked it again.
Oh,
You did
okay,
have a
cool.
6.
I was like watching. I was like, you know what? If I don't say anything, maybe they won't notice. And I was like, nope, I'm gonna say something. I don't know how I fucked that up. I was like, no, I gotta address this.
I like how
Okay.
you owned up to something that you didn't really do, though.
Yeah. Well, I'm controlling the turn order, so I was like, well, I fucked that up. Ripper runs around as Jewel brings down the clavicle and is like, T-Fob, get up here. Ripper uses this to slide around into an advantageous spot, which he doesn't need because he also has pack tactics. But he is going to bite down on Jewel. I can't roll today, man. That's another 13 biting attack that does not land. And it is Slim Lenny's turn.
Let's go, Slim. I'm gonna move up to Big Man,
Yeah.
and
This is how I lost my very first player character way back 4 or 5 years ago. I was a bard and I ran up to get the killing blow on an orc who was on this like orc boss or whatever, who was like mortal, and I fucking missed. And guess whose turn it was next? Just like this situation.
guess what?
What? What are
It's
you
not
doing?
gonna happen.
Okay.
Short sword. Short sword.
Yo, back up. This short sword does a D6.
Back up. Back up.
Back up.
18.
Oh shit!
Oh,
you
you
did it.
hit.
Now let's see that damage. What's that
And-
damage do?
And I get sneak attack because I got a party member within 5 feet, right?
Do you get that at level 1?
Yeah. Beginning
think
at
so.
first level,
Hell yeah!
you know how to strike subtly.
So
Exploit
roll
those distractions.
2d6.
/R2d6.
As you
Don't.
run in this like last second, you run right under T-Fob's legs even. Man, you just like clamber up the stairs, you run in with the sword, and you slide in with the pierce.
Oh, 4. A nat 1 and a 3.
Plus your dexterity.
Oh. So.
What's your dex? He has 5 HP, so as long as your dex is 1.
3.
Okay, yeah, you kill him. Where do you stab him? When you run up and because like he's kind of like fighting, he's got his shield around, and there's a clavicle that just bursted open, and he's like fighting now with Jewel. How do you run in and just deliver this like cheeky little blow?
Just like at the bottom of the belly, you know, like right where his
Oof.
legs are coming up to.
Yeah, right
You
right below the belly button. That's tragic. That's in the Iliad. That's like poetic. Anything else for your turn? You have a bonus action left.
Um,
And 10 feet of movement.
I'll just kind of move back
Okay.
a little bit further away from the crazed dog and
Okay.
by the body.
Clark is dead. So that leaves T-Fob. That leaves Key-Fob. Fabio. Paging Dr. Fabio.
Sorry, I'm muted. Was muted.
Oh,
there. I'm gonna go straight for this guy.
Okay. Longsword attack.
Longsword, gonna try to go in between its eyes.
Okay. And you have the duelist feature. So anytime you're wielding a weapon in one hand and no weapon in the other hand, you deal an extra 2 damage. And so a shield does not count as a weapon. So if you land
That's
your greatsword attack, it's a D8 plus strength plus 2. So I think you do a base of 5 damage every hit, plus like 5 plus a D8, which is awesome.
So
You
I'll
have
roll
to-
first for the longsword, right?
Yep, you can only make 1 longsword attack now.
Oh shit.
Oh.
That's not good.
Maybe it's just because you have dark vision, right? Yeah, so maybe you just like
I
maybe you
missed.
just like dogs, man. Do me a
mean,
favor.
it's
Your
fine.
player characters that roll in that one, I do 1 through 4. You will hit Jewel. 5 through 8, you're gonna drop your longsword. 9 through 12, nothing happens. Nice. So it's just you are in a close quarter, and your longsword catches on the wall, and it sparks shower over the dog. Yeah.
I broke my arm.
Oh my god, I got dysentery. Nat 1 attack. Core, you're up.
Alright. Let me see. Okay. So Core moves over here. And let's see. He attempts to calm the dog down. He doesn't want to attack the dog.
Okay. Use your action to make me an animal handling check.
8.
Okay. You will find out if the dog is calm or not on your turn. You wouldn't necessarily be able to calm it, but I'll tell you what. With rolling an 8 animal handling, you can tell this dog is very vicious.
So even if it's flanked, I wouldn't get special, right? Get that.
It's not technically. There's 3 of you, but you wouldn't get. If anything, you'd have disadvantage trying to like figure out if it's properly cornered.
I mean, that makes more sense, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's fine. You're 8. You can tell the dog is very ferocious.
So talking to it won't help it.
No. A charm, an animal friendship spell would calm it. Animal handling will never just like, even a nat 20 animal handling will never just like turn an animal, since it does require a level 1 spell slot. But you can get insight as to how you could other ways, you know.
Maybe Jewel could start singing like, "Who will save my soul?"
I could try telling it a story.
Oh, criminy.
Okay, does that use up my action?
Yeah, that was your action.
Okay. Let me see. Bonus action. I don't have a bonus action, do I?
Nope.
Okay. I just say hi, doggy.
Yeah, you walk up, you're like, "Hi, doggy." Ooh, geez, you are angry. Jewel, it's your turn.
Not a friendly doggy.
Ooh, gosh. You like walk in there, you see the dead guy, like, "All right, cool, we just gotta chill out this dog. What's up, dog? What do you need?" And it's just like white saliva, like it's got rabies or something.
All right. I will use the. No, I'm going to attack with my mace again.
Okay, on the doggo.
Yep.
Okay, smash it. Hey, if it works, right?
Oh, yeah. Okay, here we go.
D&D made simple. Pick one thing, do it a lot.
7.
Oh yeah, that doesn't hit the dog. It just very briefly looked at Cord. That was like, "Hey, doggo, like, what's up?" And it like snarled as the mace came down, dodged it.
All right. Are there any threats in this room besides the dog?
Nope. It is just this dog backed into a corner.
Okay.
Jewel, are you carrying a shield?
I think I have the option to.
Because I don't see a shield in
I
your
don't think I
inventory.
ever like officially decided on that.
Nice. That could have actually saved you last episode, even. No, I was just looking at your sheet. I was like, no shield. Because I was thinking you had your mace, and I was like, oh yeah, if you had like an offhand weapon, but like, then I was like, oh, mace isn't a light property. Then I was like, oh, and she's got a shield. You can take a mace or a warhammer. You took a mace. Scale mail, leather armor, chainmail. Did you take scale mail?
Chainmail.
Chainmail, okay. Yo, yeah, you automatically get a shield and a holy symbol. So I'm gonna give you a shield.
Okay.
I'm gonna slide that into your sheet now.
It's like white gold with the like chest knight piece on it and
Oh, cool, yeah. That's like the holy symbol.
red eyes. Yeah.
Nice.
The bonus actions are few. Does anyone look hurt? Did anybody get hurt?
Not that you can tell right now.
Okay. I will end my turn.
Tanky, you're up.
1 second. Wait,
Oh, okay.
She just got home.
Oh, word.
All right, so I'm gonna run in here, kind of towards the back, and flip my red-colored ring around, and kind of open face, palm open, kind of facing a little fireball pops up in it. Gonna kind of just fling it at the wolf.
Okay.
Excuse me. Ooh, that's a nat 20.
Nice. Double damage. Firebolt, right? Fireball would kill everybody in the room.
Firebolt. That's 2d10. Uh, 9 damage.
Okay.
Oh no, you said double damage, so that would be
2d10.
the d10 times 2 or 2d10?
No, it's 2d10.
Okay, so that's 9. Damn, the first one was a 7. I was like, can I get 14 out of this?
This is gonna be good. The dog is on fire right now. The dog is currently on fire.
Yep.
Anything else done?
That's my turn.
Sup, dog? You on fire now. The dog is going to disengage and go jump in the water. And it just sinks in the water. And you can see like the hiss of smoke go up out of the water, and it's dead.
Dang.
Yeah. Annette, you almost killed it. You almost killed it. So I thought you did almost its entire HP while in fire damage. I'm gonna just catch this thing on fire, and then it jumps in the water. Dogs might not even be smart enough to jump in the water, so it probably would have just died on its way there. But for cartoonic effect, it just jumps in the water and just like smoke rises.
Like the Titanic theme song plays.
Yeah. You guys are in Clark's cave. So originally, Yimmick wanted you guys to fight this guy and bring his head to the other side of the cave, and he was going to give you Sildar. And now you've come to this other side of the cave. You can see this is very clearly Clark is the leader of the goblinoids, and has insisted on keeping the bulk of the provisions in this room. Sacks and crates, looted provisions are all piled up on the south end of this large cave. To the west, the floor slopes toward a narrow opening that descends into darkness. That you can tell is likely the hole that goes into the kennel. A larger opening that leads behind you guys, and you can hear the echoing sound of water crashing down and echoing behind you in the middle of the cave. The coals and the fire, after that big burst of oil that had lit the fire, it's now down to like a tame fire size. And you guys let's see here. why don't T-Fob, Tanky, actually just Tanky, make an investigation check.
Aye.
Yes.
And is this, what am I investigating? The room?
This is just to see if you pick up on something. Since you've been in Phandelver the longest, and you've actually spent plenty of time there and shopped around there, and
That's a 12.
okay, that's enough. You notice that a big portion of the supplies south of the room have a lion emblem on them, which is this woman who runs a shop in Phandelver. Very likely, a lot of this loot is from one of her caravans that was recently boosted.
How do you spell lion? Like the animal?
Yeah, it's so it's the Lion Shield is the name of the store. Mm-hmm. So yeah, there's a lot of her provisions there.
I'm just gonna kind of start picking through them. Is there anything in particular that catches my eye?
Nothing particular from her provisions. A lot of it would be like flour, honey, a lot of the same stuff you guys are carrying down, food stuff that you can't really grow out in that community. Also, maybe just some like finer clothes. You can bundle as much as you want, but it's quite a bit of stuff, and you guys don't have a wagon with you.
Right.
And originally, this was supposed to happen when you guys had your own wagon of oxen. But you can take some supplies to show that you found her stuff.
Right. So I'm gonna grab some rare stuff. So I'll grab, I guess, some honey and maybe some like a couple packs of salt.
Sure. Yeah, you can grab some salt, and I'd say grab something like you can hold a box with your two hands that has the Lion Shield emblem on it. And you can fill that with some, like there was one with like a nice like Foot Locker box full of, decent trading supplies.
So instead, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try and pry the lion crest off of one of the boxes, and
cool,
if I can.
Okay. Yep.
And I'm just gonna throw it into one of my sacks, one of my like little pouches on my hip.
With my sweaty palms, my weak knees, and my heavy arms, can I kind of jot down a quick, not like very accurate, but like a quick kind of inventory in my journal?
Yeah.
Of what's in the room?
You can definitely take an inventory and then roll an investigation check.
20.
Could we take a break after this?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. I wanted to take a break. Once this was over. Once we got this all figured out. So with a nat 20, or not nat 20, dirty 20 investigation check, you will not only recognize Clark's secret chest. You were taking inventory, you see a lump under a bedroll, and it's over here. You come over to this side, and you see under the bedroll, you can find, with a dirty 20, his treasure chest. Do you have a pen and paper ready?
I do.
Okay. 600 copper coins.
Oh.
110 silver pieces.
Oh.
2 potions of healing.
Oh, snap.
And a jade statuette of a frog with tiny golden orbs for eyes. The frog statuette is small enough that you can fit it in your pocket or a pouch. It is very valuable. With an anthropologist background, like looking at this, you can tell this is an old, beautiful artifact and very expensive. Like, you could, like, this is very good.
Can I slip it in my pocket real quick?
Sleight of hand.
Oh, because I'm definitely walking over to see what he's rooting through as I'm making my way through the supplies.
Make a perception check. See if you can catch him last second. He rolled an 11 sleight of hand.
9.
Nice. So you don't catch him.
9.
It looks like he's just fumbling for his ink bottle and his pen. But as you put the slide the frog in your pocket, Lenny, you gaze your eyes across the room to see if anybody noticed. And then if you look across this room, past everybody and through the fire, and you look into this little nook, you recognize something. Very dimly, in the very dim light, you see a fat chunk of naked halfling hanging by his arms over a fire pit, a bundled up fire pit that has not been lit yet. It's fresh kindling, and you can see a little bit of life left in your brother, Fat Tony, as he's hanging up in the air over a fire as if he was going to be made into some kind of ceremonial dinner.
And that's where we break.
And that's where we break. And when we come back, you have to be prepared to do a dual dialogue.
Oh god.
Ooh.
Between Slim
Alright.
Lenny and Fat Tony.
Fat Tony.
Using both character voices.
All right. Let me marinate this for
Yeah, absolutely.
5 minutes.
We'll have fun.
We do
We'll do
like a
10.
10-minute
We'll
break?
do a 10. Let's come back at 9:23. We'll come back at Michael Jordan minute.
Alrighty.
9:23. Take a little time.
right.
And make sure you guys have there. And yeah,
All right, 9:23.
Sounds good.
cool beans. Woo! It's kind of unfortunate that the TPK happened last week because we have to we could have just ended it there last week, but I guess we're picking up in the same spot. We're completing it. We'll have a little bit of time to carry on into the next portion, but I am going to go for a quick bio break. Oh, check this out. Look at this. My mom put braids in my hair. Saw my mom this weekend. She put braids in my hair. It was very nice of her. But we're going to go to a color song. And I'm going to grab a random one. Let's see here. Equals MC Color is always one of my favorite treats. I can't remember if I've played Manstaster before. But we'll be back in just a minute. Thanks everybody for being here. Lord Cobb. Nice. Alright, yeah, we'll catch you soon, guys. See you in 10 minutes. Microphone check. Cool. Making sure that works. Did it look like I was frozen? I never was frozen ever. It was all an illusion, man. It's all an illusion. Hope you guys out in Radio Land are enjoying this. Hoping you guys out on YouTubes are enjoying this. You can help influence the beat. So hit that like button, hit the follow button, subscribe if you feel so inclined. And just thanks for being here. Thanks for enjoying this time with me. You know, it's crazy how I say it a million times, getting on here, hanging out with some friends and playing D&D, it can turn a bad day into a good day. And it can certainly turn a good day into a great day. So I am just happy to have this opportunity to play this module that's free on Roll20 right now. So thank you to Roll20 for allowing us to play this for free, including all these maps and tokens that we see. I'm going to do a little bit of reading here as we figure out what's next. Roll20's dark mode is pretty doo-doo. Like, I'm glad that they have a dark mode, and it's probably really great for player characters, but man, it's kind of doo-doo for the DM. Alright, I'm gonna go mute for a second while I just whistle to myself and listen to music and plan this, but you can feel free to watch me. What's up, adventurers?
Hello, hello.
I'm back just a second early, but I thought I'd get started.
Yeah, I'm just chilling on my computer.
All right.
Alright.
It's weird. My computer says a different time than my phone. I thought these things were supposed to be on like satellites or something.
I know, why? Well, mine says 7:22, but I'm on the West Coast.
Right. Your phone or your...
My laptop. Let's see what my phone says.
22 is both.
Yeah. My phone says
Yeah,
20.
22.
My phone says 22 as well, but my computer says 25.
When you said the time
Oh,
earlier,
Dang.
I was like, oh, it just must be off a little bit.
Yeah, when I was like 10 minutes, come back at 9:23.
I was like, oh, it's 9:08 right now. So
I'm back.
Okay, cool. Murdoch's sleeping, but he heard the rattle. He's on his way. We got a treat going out for young Myrtle in the audience. The young Murd Master. You what's up?
A happy lad.
Yep. He wakes up for a treat. Wakes up for a little schmacky poo. Little schnacky poo. Thanks for redeeming that Chupa thingy. Murdoch hasn't gotten one of those in a while.
You didn't give him lasagna today?
He didn't get his lasagna today, no.
I better be careful. I could probably redeem 30 of those right now.
There's only 5 per stream. There's a limit, 5 per stream. And
shoot.
one thing too, I think I might turn the like when I'm doing D&D, I think I might turn it to emoji chat only. Just to see how people react with just emojis. But we left off. Slim Lenny had walked into the cave and found his brother, Fat Tony, hanging from the wall. And how does this play out? What is it? What's going on?
So Slim Lenny, as he's plundering the jade statue of the frog, looks up, and out of the corner of his eye he sees Fat Tony. And he sprints across the room.
Tony! I'm sorry. It's your turn.
And as he's sprinting across the room, he nods at Jewel to follow him.
Okay.
And when he gets over here, he says, "Tony, what's happened?" And Tony says, "I was trying to be an adventurer, like..." And Lenny cuts him off and says, "Stop. I'm a man of words, yet you rob them from me every time we meet." And Tony says, "I'm sorry, brother. I failed you." And Lenny looks at Jewel and asks, "Is there anything we can do?"
I can heal him only slightly. And if that's what we're trying to do, I can cast Healing Word on him.
As you are about to cast Healing Word and you're readying your shield, you get this feeling that the Red Knight is watching you and for the most part disapproves of this. Also, by just looking at Fat Tony, not because, magic, right? You can sleep for 8 hours and immediately gain 30 HP. But just to maintain a theater of mind and movement of story, Fat Tony looks exhausted, and there's almost no real way that you could, at level 1 right now, bring him back from this. This is a gift from me, the DM, to give Fat Tony one more spot in the limelight as he gets to reunion with his brother, and then fade quietly into the dark.
So Tony senses what's going on. He looks at Lenny. He says, "Go then. There are other worlds than these." And Lenny puts his forehead against Tony's forehead, and he says, "I will see you in the clearing at the end of the path, brother."
And slides him one last gabagool.
It slides him one last gabagool.
And Fat Tony takes
Tony's arms are like tied up, so he just like sticks it in his like between his butt cheeks or something.
He sticks it in his mouth. He like has his mouth open. He just slides in like a salami sandwich or something. Yeah. And as he's like eating the sandwich, and he's and it tastes just like Mom's home cut prosciutto.
Just
Oh.
like
And you can
mine.
just see that in his eyes. You can just see him, and then his eyes become a distant stare and slowly become glass. And Fat Tony's dead.
And
Oh,
one
R.I.P.
one
Legend.
solid tear slides down Slim Lenny's cheek.
Mm-hmm.
Can I search his body for any salami?
You sick bastard. No, he's naked. Fat Tony's like naked.
He does have
there's a
salami in
salami.
his mouth.
Yeah.
I'll probably slap your hand away from the salami in his
Little-
mouth, though.
A little smoky.
Yeah,
Little
yeah, he hands him a little
Just-
smoky. He puts a little smoky in his mouth and he as he disappears. He's got undergarments on. He's not naked. He's got some dignity up there. He's
Oh
hanging up.
damn.
He's got some undergarments on. He's got like really baggy white boxer briefs with like pink hearts on them.
Nice.
Oh
Hanging up
my
there.
god, they're perfect.
Yep, and that's the end of Fat Tony. And you guys, I want to mention that if you peek into the other room, you see Yimmick. And we don't have to, we can do this all theater of the mind. You peek into the other room, and Yimmick is in there, and he's chained up to a wall next to Mihan's corpse.
When you say peek into the other room, you mean the one with
like
the
if you
dog
go to
eye?
the if you no, I'm sorry, if you go to the far other room,
Got it.
you see Mihan and Sildar's dead bodies piled up. They were too heavy for the goblins to move. And Yimmick is chained up to a wall. What do you guys do?
I'm gonna just inspect the room for anything else, anything that comes of mind. Look around the walls.
It is the bloodbath that Jewel told you. Oh, Jewel wasn't there. Jewel would know that this is likely what happened when she passed out and was hid. That the adventuring party came up here. There was a bloodbath. There's like blood on the walls. There's like there's a huge dark charcoal scorched line cone that was that fire breath that
Hell
Mihan
yeah.
had deployed. Yeah, so like you can see like huge scorched charcoal pattern on the stone and just like ripped up bodies. Mihan's neck is like open and he's like laying on top of Sildar and Yimmick is chained next to it.
I'm gonna take out the ink bottle that I have
Yeah.
and dump it out completely, and like quickly run back over to the water, completely wash out the ink bottle.
Okay.
Come back and fill it up with Mihan's blood.
Interesting.
Cork it, put it back into my pouch, and not say a single word to anybody while I'm doing this.
Does this sound familiar to you?
Yeah. Core's gonna start a fire so people can see. Easy.
Oh, cool. Yeah. I mean, don't worry about it. We're all just doing this theater of the mind. I just wanted to get through this quick before we fully leave Cragmaw Cave forever and never fucking come back ever. Yimmick is
real
chained to
quick.
a wall. Yeah.
Before we leave, the money that was in Craig's secret thing,
Yeah. Craig's secret
chest.
box.
Craig's secret box, was that left there or did I pick that up?
Yeah, you can carry it. I mean, it's a lot of coin and pieces, but I'm going to say T-Fob helps you out. You guys carry the coins back in a chest.
Okay.
And Tanky's got the Lion Shield emblem to show the owner, which I can tell you the owner's name in a minute. to go back to, but I just want to know, like, you guys don't bother moving your tokens, don't bother doing everything. Sit back in your chair. Yeah, sit back in the chair, look up at the ceiling, and think the party's around Yimmick, this goblin king, not goblin king, this goblin peasant that was trying to be something great and fucked up, and very likely Clark locked him down as a failed goblin boss. And so he's chained here.
Yeah, so Kor's gonna go up to Yimmick. He doesn't like seeing people unchained.
Mm-hmm.
At least he's got that in common. With
Peo, yeah.
Peo, yeah. But before he unchains him, he's gonna talk to him and see what's up with him and how he's doing.
He's just basically, he's very weak, so his words are mumbled, not quite like Fat Tony's. He's a lot better off than Fat Tony. But he's like, just leave me to die here.
Do you want to die?
I've got nothing else to live for.
Well, you could join us. You got a friend in me.
Take me off this chain, I'll cut your dick off.
Do you want to do that?
You guys cost me everything.
I feel like your own choices took you there, buddy.
I don't suppose you know much about goblins. Make like a persuasion check of some kind, or whatever you'd like to do. Make some kind, like direct the.
I'd like him to join us.
Okay, that is pretty excessive, but make a check just to see where the conversation's going.
Can I just walk up and put my dagger in his throat?
Yep.
You can.
I'm not gonna stop you. I'm the DM. You do your thing.
Yes, I would like to just walk up.
Yeah, and as you're walking up to him, Cor is being very persuasive and says, he goes, maybe just let me walk with you through the woods. You see, the rest of the tribe's already abandoned me. I don't think I'd make it very far on my... Lenny, do you stick the dagger in his throat?
And I twist it.
Okay, yep. And as he's saying, he's like, just walk with me a little bit, and you and twist it, and he just slumps, and he's got a little twisted goblin smile on his face as he slumps down. He's got a twisted little goblin smile.
And then I'll do a quick check of his body for anything.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. He was left there to rot on that side of the cave with the other corpses.
Not even a little smoky?
No. The only little smoky on that goblin is one you do not want.
Oh, does he?
Well, yeah. No judgment.
At this point, I'm just gonna see all of that just happen, kind of slap my hands together and say, oh, job's done, time to head back.
Yep.
Cor is upset and asks why he did that.
Did you not see my naked brother and his little salami hanging?
Does that make you feel better?
100 times better.
Ugh.
And I'm just gonna walk up and interject. We were paid to do a job. Job's done. We're out.
You
got
were.
important things
I
we
wasn't
gotta
paid
get back to.
anything. Do we want to explore this cave? I kind of want to explore the rest of the cave.
You guys saw all of it.
Wait, what was across that bridge, though?
You guys are.
We're across the bridge right now.
Yep, you guys are on the other side of the bridge right now. If you go, I can shift ping you here.
Oh, okay.
Yep, you guys are technically like right here now.
I don't remember us getting there. Okay.
Well, I never moved you guys. I didn't want to waste time clicking and dragging tokens and direct. You know what I mean? There's some stuff that we can.
Yeah. No, that's fine.
But you guys finish up the Cragmaw Hideout, and you make your way back to Phandelver. Now, whilst in Phandelver, you have a couple things to settle. You have a little bit, so I want you guys to talk amongst yourselves. You're going to be coming in from up here, from the top. You're coming in from the top here. And as you're coming in, as you guys are coming into the town, you are met by Elber, the Barton. And this is going to be kind of cool. I can do this.
The what?
Elmer Barton. He runs this.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
This is his, like, site. Right when you come in the large trading outpost. And he nods to you guys, seeing you've come in carrying some, like, of your own loot, your own stuff. There it is. Yeah.
As we were riding back, can I like look at the jade? Can I see if I can see anything or get any information about the jade statue? Like if I would know anything or make any connections?
Make a history check.
Are you pulling that out of your pocket? Or are
I'm
you just fumbling around in your pocket with your hand?
I'm thinking about it as like and holding it in my pocket, like as a, you know.
Okay.
I don't want you guys to see it. I slipped that.
That's why I asked.
Nat 1. I don't know shit about it.
No. It's not that you don't know. No. It's not that you don't know shit about it. It's not that you don't know shit about it. It's just that it's in your.
You know wrong shit about it.
Yeah, it's just that it's in your pocket. You're like feeling it, and you're just like, man, I don't really know what this is. I can't really tell where this is from or what this is about. I've seen a lot of these. You've definitely seen like these before, and a lot of people use these statuettes as like a placeholder for currency. You know how carrying gold coins is really heavy. Carrying like the equivalent of gold. Which frog? Which frog were you touching in your pocket? The gold that you had, the equivalent of gold that this frog is would be a lot to carry. So it's just kind of like a lot of people use these statuettes as like a credit, as like this is worth X amount of gold. That's typically what a lot of these statuettes are used for.
Cool.
Which you would just know. You just don't know the value. Right. Precisely.
Perfect.
And you get a chance to speak with Elmer. Elmer gives each of you, as you're walking in, he gives each of you 5 golden pieces. So go ahead and update your inventory with 5 golden pieces.
Nice.
And he says, thank you to Jewel. He walks right up to you, Jewel, and he's pretty tall and lean, bald. He walks right up to you, Jewel, and he doesn't touch you. He doesn't want to disrespect anybody. But he just like clasps his hands together and does a little bow, and he says, thank you for bringing these provisions in with your very last limb. I know Darren helped you out on your last leg, but it seems like you fought hard to get your provisions here. What do you know happened to Sildar?
Perished at the hands of the goblins, I assume.
You saw his dead body by Yimmick.
Right. I just mean I assume that goblins killed him.
Right, fair, because you didn't see it. Yeah.
I vomited at the sight of that, and just like when I saw that and it was just horrible.
It was horrific. Yeah, and you speak up and you say that. And T-Fob, when she's like, yeah, goblins, I presume. And T-Fob, you're like, yeah, man, I almost vomited like when I saw it. It was gruesome. Elmer just kind of like puts his head down, and then he hits you on the back T-Fob gives you a big hearty, like, blue collar shake and says, looks like you've got some big shoes to fill. And gives you a shake. Looks like you got some big shoes to fill, young man. And shakes your back. But yeah, and then continues to dish out the 5 gold pieces to the rest of you guys as you're walking by. And then he says, let's see here. Thank you. Yep, bye. Thank you. And he says, if you need anything, if you want to talk to me again, I'll be here. I'm pretty busy now, though. I just wanted to take a moment to come out and deliver my personal thanks to you guys for clearing out that cave and bringing some order back to the Tilboard Trail, for at least for the moment. And you guys, and then he says, if you're looking for a place to rest, and he says, I strongly think you guys, with the coin you've earned you can get yourselves a nice room at the Stonehill Inn. I know they're looking for business with all the turmoil that's been going on the Tilboard Trail. They've been a little shy on visitors, so if you wanted to continue to help out the town, I'd say if you needed rest and celebration, Stonehill Inn would be a great place for you to start. A great place for you to stage that.
I say we go there. I'm at least gonna go there.
I have no worries. I agree with you.
I will jab Jewel in the calf with my elbow.
Okay.
And ask her, who should we tell about the rest of the provisions back in the cave?
Jewel wouldn't know. Tanky would know. Tanky's the one that has he's the one that grabbed the lion shield.
Oh, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Maybe he overhears.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, you overhear, Tanky.
Sure, I'll pull out the lion shield and just hold it up to, actually,
You know exactly where it's at. It's right down
Okay.
here. Yep, it's just on the other side. It's on the other side of Town Square.
Yep, and I'm just gonna be like, alright, come with me, we're headed to the lion shield coster. Oh, wrong voice, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Come with me!
That's better. I was like, I want to hear the right one.
Hello!
Wanna go, boys?
And I just start walking confidently forward.
So
I'll follow. With
yeah.
My manifest.
Cool. You guys start heading over there. Hanging above the front door of this modest trading post is a sign shaped like a wooden shield with a blue lion painted on it, which is the emblem you were carrying off one of the footlockers. And the building is in fact owned by the Lion Shields. They are a merchant company that Yimmick, I'm sorry, it's because you're short. Tanky, that you know about. They're based out of the city. Well, you wouldn't know any of this, but they're not from here. So it's like they're a small, modest trading post that has come to Phandelver a while ago, and yeah, the shopkeeper is in there when you walk in.
What's the shopkeeper look like?
And their name?
Yeah, you would know her name. It's Lene. She has it's a woman. It's a human woman. She looks like about 35, but also very witty. Like she also looks like she's got RBF. Like a 35-year-old woman with resting bitch face.
Oh.
Yeah. Not in like a bad way. Just like looks like she's a little sharp tongued, you know.
Alright, so I'm gonna walk in, and I'm assuming that this trading outpost is fitted for all races. Is that right?
Of course.
All heights of people. So I'm gonna walk
Yeah.
up the little stairs that are next to the counter, specifically for gnomes and halflings.
Mm-hmm.
Stand up on the stairs, pull out the emblem, and just slam it down on the thing. Have your supplies.
We have been looking for those for quite some time. Were they in Cragmaw?
Yep.
And you didn't think to bring them back?
Hey,
I have no
a
cart.
wagon. We have a wagon, but we got a list of what we got.
You have a list. Well, I wish to see your list. And she puts her hands out to see your piece of paper.
I'll hold my journal up so she can see it.
Okay. And she looks at it. Well, it's going to take me some money to get a team out there to haul it back, not to mention all the danger that's included with that. I wish you guys would have been a little bit more prepared, but do you vouch that the cave is clear?
Yep. And about 2 minutes ago, you had no idea where they were.
Roll a some kind of any charisma check you want.
Okie dokie.
It's not going to be hard.
Oh boy.
It's just going to determine the amount of reward you get.
So that's a 2.
Okay. That's not bad. So how the module has it laid out is if you guys bring the goods back, you get a pretty fat chunk of gold. Nothing in here, it doesn't say anything. And this is good for DMs too. People who want to DM or people who want to DM in the future or people who want to run this module. It's not likely. Sometimes your characters are going to get fucking TPK'd in the first encounter.
The starter D&D set.
Yeah. So like there is no reference. There is no reference in a module can only say so much. It says if they bring back the goods, she gives you X amount of gold. You have gone out of your way, though, to not only bring back an emblem, but you brought her back an itemized list to even tell her if it's worth sending a team out. So I had taken the overall gold amount. I created a bottom line, like no matter what, they're not going to get off with less than this. And then I head up. So she produces a coin purse with 20 gold pieces, and she sets it on the table. And she says, I know you could have stashed that treasure and kept it for yourself. Tanky, I know you could do with a lot of funding for some of the reckless research I've heard going on over there. But instead of selling all my equipment, you've brought it right to me, proverbially. I thank you. And then she slides the pouch across the table to you guys. It's got 20 gold pieces in it. And just like metagame, do you guys want to split it 10 and 10, or is everybody, or are you just gonna disperse it? Everybody takes 4.
Half and half.
Okay.
No one is in here with us.
Each of you take 10 gold.
Are you cool with that?
Oh, hell yeah.
Slim Lenny?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I guess you guys did think to grab the emblem, or I guess I made you roll the investigation checks, but
I still grabbed the emblem on my own. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. All right, thank you. What all is new? Besides the stuff in the cave. You happen to have any health potions? Any kind of other fun potions?
We have a couple health potions that were set aside for the miners, but I could part with one of them if you wish.
All right.
Be 50 gold pieces.
Oh. Yeah. I don't have 50, so.
That's too bad then, Tanky. Maybe you can try and make something other than explosives in your laboratory.
I'm just gonna wrinkle my face and turn around and walk down the stairs and leave.
Okay.
As Tanky walks away, I'll look at Lene and say, "Are there any expensive treasures you're looking for in the area?"
I could always go for an expensive trinket or two. Something to send back to my family. And as a man, you're a little bit well-traveled. You're a little bit Bilbo Baggins. You can tell just by looking at her, like her skin tone and stuff, she's further east. Like, she doesn't look like a lot of the humans around here. Her race is a bit, like, more in line with people from the eastern, more central Faerun. But she says, I'm always looking for trinkets to send back in small caravans back home. It's easier to transport our wealth that way. Why, do you have a good for me?
No, just curious if you were looking for anything specific in the area.
Nothing specific, but if you come across anything of value, I may be interested in purchasing it.
I'll nod and then skip the steps and jump off the ledge down to the floor.
Okay. Yeehaw!
Yeah, way!
Jewel, what are you interested in?
Mostly, I mean, just dedication to my demigod.
Mm-hmm.
And
Do you remember who saved your life, so to speak?
Darren?
Mm-hmm.
Do I need to talk to him?
He mentioned to come back when you were done.
Oh, right, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I could tell the party that I know where the person who saved me lives and works, and we could all pay a visit unless people don't want to come, and I can just go talk to him.
Core, I believe you said you were heading towards the inn, and then it's up to T-Fob. Do you want to head to the inn, or do you want to accompany Jewel to go speak with Darren in the apple orchard?
I would like to accompany Jewel in the apple orchard because I'm still, just processing what just happened and how I ended up seeing Sildar.
Okay. That's right. Yeah, you did just see your dead uncle in the
Head splattered.
yeah, head bashed open, skin purple. Very gruesome. Well, you guys make your way, and I'm just gonna say, Tanky and Lenny, you guys head to the Stonehill Inn as well.
Perfect.
Unless there's anywhere else, this is just kind of like that's where we're gonna like call it a rest.
Core's already there, and he's telling people his story there.
Oh yeah, and Cora, I'm gonna let you have your own Stonehill interaction before everybody else gets there. Just because I know you've got a high charisma and you could use a good tavern scene.
Well, and I got this too, so I can get food and rest for free there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Let's see here. Jewel, as you and T-Fob head back to the apple orchard, you can see Darren just like sitting on a rocking chair on his front porch. And it seems like he may have been worrying quite a bit. But now, Jewel, your urge to slaughter goblins, your urge to seek revenge has been quenched. You are a little bit more level-headed now. And as you're walking up to him, you can tell that he is a cleric as well. Maybe not in like a super magical sense, but he is a very religious. He has a religious order that he follows. He's maybe closer to a paladin. Yeah, he's probably closer to a paladin than he is a cleric, because he's not like imbued with a ton of magic. Well, at least let me check his spell sheet quick. Yeah, he doesn't have a ton of magic. He's a fairly humble older man, silver haired. You can see his ears are slightly curved. He's a half elf, well over his years, retired and loving his tiny little cottage. But just looking at him, you can tell he's lived a past life. And as you approach, he says that, well, I'm very happy you made it back, Jewel. I take it you've got good news about clearing out those goblins?
The goblins are dead.
It's like music to my ears. Those evil things had no regard for the humans that passed by. It's difficult, but necessary evil. That's Alderleaf. Okay, here we go. Bring this over here. I'm craning my eyes. I'm like, I got multiple monitors. Why am I like stretching my neck to read this tiny text way over here? You know, Jewel, there's a reason why I saved you back on the road, more so than just your weeks, wanting to look out for people who are in a weak spot. But I noticed your red knight and your holy symbol. I might not be fully in line with the deity of war, the woman of Tempest, but I do know someday, and very frequently around Faerun, we've got to go to war with evil. And I may be retired to my home, but if they need me, I don't know why they'd want me. He kind of chuckles. But if they ever needed me again, I wouldn't hesitate. I'm still a part of some of the circles around here, and I'd be happy to let you know more and let you in on some more badassery. I can tell that's what you're into, and taking a little war. Mm-hmm.
Jewel holds out her arm for one of those like
oh, Dylan!
Panther sound.
Dylan! Okay, awesome.
I don't know what it's called, but like grip the forearm.
Yeah, exactly. The Legionnaire shake. You give him the Legionnaire shake, and he grabs.
Yeah, just imagine like a whip crack sound.
Yeah, and he's looking at you to join, and he does that, and then he uses his left arm to grab T-Fob, and he says, "I assume you're with her."
Yes, and I do the same. And at the same
Yeah,
time,
nice.
I'm just like admiring very, very closely.
His arms
just
are like
the
crossed.
pulsating veins from both of their arms first initially.
He
and then I'm
squeezes
just like,
your arm. He's testing your strength now. He says,
Oh.
Bartons got you pushing too many pencils over there, huh?
Yeah, pushing pencils. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, come on in. I got something to show you guys. And you walk inside, and he takes some stuff off his table, and he rolls out a map. And he says, it's no rush, but if you help me out with this, I'll cue you in on our social club that we have. Our guild. Our order. We subdue evil. I am not much of an adventurer anymore ever since I took a necrotic bolt to the knee. But out here, and he points down, he says, this is the old owl. This is the old owl well. About a 2-day march northeast of Phandelver. Rumor has it some prospectors have been digging around there. Old ruins, this well area. Several reported being chased away from the area by undead. If you want to go out and visit the ruins, march the 2 days out there, find out who's there, what they're up to.
Of course.
If you want to pursue it, just let me know. There is a more pressing matter, though. I know you haven't been in town much, and they're always got their ear down. I'd stand up to them if I was a younger man. But if you've noticed, some of the riffraff is coming internally, and they're known as the Red Brands. And this is definitely something you want to write down. The Red Brands are a local gang. And I'd like it if you guys could take a stand against them. I've been keeping tabs as best I could. I try not to stick my nose in too much, but I definitely am not afraid of a fight. If it ever came down to it, just I'm a little bit weaker, right? And now you're starting to see he actually does have some scarring on his body, maybe some like bones that never healed right. You know, if you have too many healing potions in a life, it also fucks with your brain really bad. Like the agony of being like set on fire, dropped in acid, arm rended open by a dragon, and then just like drinking a potion and it's healed. Like you still have to go through all that pain, you know. He seems like he's had a lot of one too many health potions, and he says maybe not rushing guns blazing, but I know they're staying at the Sleeping Giant. It's just east of the... Oh, fuck. I just moved the whole map.
Control Z.
I just moved the whole... There we go. He says it's just at the edge of town. The Sleeping Giant. The Red Brands are staying there. You probably don't know much now, and I suggest you maybe get a little profile of them. But if you sort out the Red Brands, come back, talk to me. Let me know. I'd be more than happy to celebrate with you guys. But the Red Brands are gonna be a necessary evil. He rolls up the map. And he says, if you want to go to the old well down the road, I'll give you the map and I'll show you guys where, but maybe focus on the Red Brands for now. If you're interested in joining our order. Or if you're interested in killing some evil. I know I kind of mumbled and chewed through it because it's like reading a bunch of small text. And I've read a lot of text. There's a lot of stuff. But I mean, as long as you're writing down like Red Brands, bad. Red Brands, Sleeping Giant, bad. Stonehill Inn, good. He hands you guys each an apple and sends you off. He says, now go celebrate your goblin victory. You guys deserved it. And then he pulls out a Juan Jane cigarette.
Yeah.
What?
Crossover.
This is one of those episodes?
Peo brought it over in one of his trans-dimensional teleportations.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Core, as you're walking up to the Stonehill Inn, in the center of town stands this large, newly built roadhouse of field stones and roughly honed timbers. The common room, as you burst open the door, filled with locals nursing mugs of ale and cider, all of them eyeing you with a little curiosity.
I have a big smile on my face and I say hi.
Just to everybody, you just do like a big kinda,
I
hey.
just and like do like a big hand wave over my head and just
Okay.
kind of like.
Just let's get just one big crowd pleasing charisma check.
Oh boy.
Roll a d20 plus charisma plus your proficiency.
Wait, couldn't that just be the charisma?
Yeah,
Oh.
sure. I was gonna let you be proficient in the salutations.
Oh, so that would just be 9 plus 2 for the proficiency, so
Okay.
11.
They go back to nursing their mugs. They let you walk in. As you walk by, you overhear one lady as you're walking by, that as she walks in, she kind of looks at you, and you say like, salutations. You say hello to everybody. She goes, huh. And she goes back to talking, and you kind of are by her, so you're expecting her to talk to you, but she ignores you and she starts talking again. You overhear her say, Sister Garael, who oversees the Shrine of Luck? Yeah, she recently left town for a few days, then returned wounded and exhausted.
I lean over and I say, I'm sorry, I couldn't help but, over here, the sister was going to Shrine of Luck. Tell me more.
Well, there's Sister Garael. It's more of just like a rumor right now, but she kind of like giggles and her breath smells like cider. And she says the woman who oversees the Shrine of Luck recently left town for a few days, and rumor has it she came back and she looked wounded and even like exhausted. Sister Garael.
Where's she now?
Sister Garael?
Yeah.
Oh, the zealous young elf. She's probably in the only temple in Phandelver, the small shrine made of stones. Let's see if I have it on here. It's just across the street. And she points over to the pile of stones that are in town square. And the building behind it is a kind of like a makeshift temple. And she says, shit, where'd they go? Where'd they go? Yep. Yeah, she says that Sister Garael is likely in her temple again. But she had left for a couple days, which is not like her. And she left and she's come back wounded and even exhausted. And she says she's probably sleeping now. She's probably getting her 8 hours full rest to get back to full health. So maybe don't bother her now, but yeah, she protects our shrine to Timora. Timora, the goddess of luck and good fortune. Are you a religious man?
I'm a spiritual man.
Oh, that's great. We love it. Timora having this fortune and luck, it's almost an oxymoron in a place like this as Phandelver. And she laughs at like the despairing state of the city, and it's like praying to a goddess of fortune and luck is just a way of coping.
They're sitting, right?
Yep.
I put my hand under her shoulder and I say things can always get better. And I say thanks for letting me know about Sister Garael and the Shrine of Timora. Can I buy you a drink?
Oh, Oh, that'd be lovely. Thank you. We were just finishing up our round of ciders. If you want to go grab 3 ciders and have a seat with us.
I would love to. Bar wench?
Yes, and
Oh my
let
God.
me see. Yes, bar wench. Bum. There is just a man working right now.
Bar
And
widget?
nice.
I don't know.
Slim Tony, take inspiration for the hi-hat snare.
Thank you.
The proprietor of Stonehill Inn in Phandelver, his name is Toblin. He's short, friendly, young, male. He's a native to a town nearby. He comes up to you. You can tell he looks like he may have been a miner. What the fuck, Murdoch? Don't try and jump up the back of the chair. He looks like he may have been a miner at some point, but clearly makes a much better, bartender, as he's got a big smile. And he walks over and he goes, "Well, my wife's not in today, but how can I help you?"
Three ciders for my friends and I, and I can also, as an entertainer, regale your customers with our noble feats. For example,
Oh.
we just came back from Cragmaw Cave, and I would just ask for a room to stay in, and possibly some food.
Whoa. And he looks around to the people that are in there, and he says, "Our adventurers who have taken care of the Goblin Tavern have come, and they'd like to share their story with us. Would you guys say that sounds like a pretty good idea? You guys want to hear about the Goblin Cave?" And a lot of people cheer and hold their mugs up. And one guy yells, "To the abyss with all the damn goblins!" And they're like, "Yeah!" They're like, "How'd you kill him? How'd you do that?" And a little boy runs from behind from out of the kitchen area, and he hugs the proprietor's leg. It's his son, and he touches his son's head. He goes, "Oh, Pip," this is a name you want to remember. And he says, "Oh, Pip, you may be a little too young to hear about goblins and adventuring stories. I don't want you to get any big ideas and run off." And he's like, "Oh," and he goes, and he's like, "Dad, I go on my own adventures all the time. I am a young adventurer. I'm ready to explore. I've explored most of Phandelver on my own, and I'm ready to grow." And he's like, "Oh, funny son, that's good. But here, why don't you get back in the kitchen? I'll meet you in there. You know what? What was your name, sir?"
I'm Cor Gallinotto.
Cor.
No, wait, what's my last name? Yeah, I was right. Gallinotto. Yeah.
Okay, nice. And he says, "Cor, why don't you stay here? This night's on me, and I'll get you 3 ciders on the house for the table. Something to wet your whistle before you tell the story."
I wink at him. I'd say, "Thank you, good sir."
Absolutely. I appreciate the entertainment for tonight. We could really use it. And at that time, the rest of the adventuring party walks in staggering order. You guys who are not with the entertainer feature or the bardic or the folklore rustic hospitality will have to pay 3 copper pieces. So take 3 copper pieces out of your inventory, please. So that means you'll what's up?
Do I still have all that?
Yeah,
Copper,
you still have a
silver.
massive fucking treasure chest full of coins.
No, don't tell anyone. 597 copper.
So is
pieces.
it in denominations of 10?
Yeah, so you would remove 1 gold, then you'd take 9 silver, and then you'd have 7 copper left.
Roger.
And we're just gonna unskippable cutscene. Cor goes up on a little speaking soapbox and
Pull out
begins.
my drum too.
You're a little tipsy, yeah, and so but you're in like the fun tipsy, right? And you're
Mm.
starting to
Yeah.
tell the story.
Yeah, he's not really a drunk.
Right? Oh, of course not. Just a good times guy.
Yeah, he's just an entertainer, and so he pulls out his drum and starts singing the story of Cragmaw Cave.
Yeah, that's
And I
awesome.
point out the adventurers, and they all become famous.
Absolutely. 1 second.
I come from a land down
Gave you your
under.
loyalty score. If you guys would have brought back Sildar alive, and all the provisions from the Lion's Shield, there is a lot more to be unlocked, but this is all just like circumstance and thrown
Could
together
we-
madness. But
Could we have Weekend at Bernie's him back? Or
bring back Sildar and just use Mage Hand to like move his lips, and then press the
Mage Hand to
digitation.
hold his fucking skull back together.
Yeah,
Just like slowly pushing the brains back in.
he's just wearing his you guys put like a hat on him. But yeah, we're just gonna end scene fading out with Core, the entertainer, just like laughing and singing a song and telling a story on his drums at the Stonehill Inn. And next episode, you guys will have full health, full spell slots, and Trent, I don't know if you noticed this, but you are going to be in charge of keeping track of a lot of loot.
I have some loot, yeah.
I know you've written it all down. Do you know, other than the copper and the silver, do you know what else you found in there? Did you write that down too?
Yeah. Couple health potions.
Cool. Just want to make sure you got those as well. And the green figurine, the green
Yep.
the frog statuette.
Got that on my sheet here.
So how it really works is like you're keeping track of all this gold, you're storing it somewhere. We'll say you have this little storing spot. The rooms here are really cheap too. 3 coppers. They really just need any visitors to stay. They're not going to turn anybody away. 3 coppers is the cheapest you'll ever find for a nice little slap together inn. But you guys will need to be purchasing stuff at some point, and ultimately you've heard of the red brands now. And there's another thing that you're going to hear about next episode that will kind of set you guys towards the BBEG.
Yes.
Okay. So, thank you so much, guys. Have an awesome night. And
Thanks, Logan.
next episode is April 18th. I'll be available for that. So